What's going on, guys? Okay, so I figured make another video real quick and introduce you to the 87 Suburban. So this thing we pulled out of Ashland, Virginia. Okay, looks like it's got a little bit of mud. This is actually me just kind of tooling around. However, totally rock solid down there. Actually, the worst part about this thing has been the mud. It's been terrible. I washed this out. This is all pitted because of the mud, but then you look at everything else and it's so solid, and that's the shame of it. So this thing was the purchase, actually, of me making some friends on a hot rod power tour. I have the grill. I just took it out from inside. I've been letting the battery charge by a guy of the name of Max. So Max unfortunately wasn't able to get this thing running like he hopes. He says that it needs a starter and a flywheel. I went ahead and started power washing. We noticed the Moroso valve covers right off the get-go. He had brought that up. However, upon power washing, I'm seeing aluminum heads and an aluminum intake. So I'm starting to wonder what this motor actually is. So I do have a flywheel and a starter to go into it. That needs to happen. But overall, man, like this thing's just great. Unfortunately, it's not a barn door. It is a tailgate, and unfortunately the motor is busted and it's got a cracked window, which is all unfortunate stuff. But beyond that, this thing is like 30 feet long. As you can kind of see, I'm running out of driveway. So these fold down, it goes completely flat like that. Just wonderful. There's a starter, there's a flywheel. It does have rear AC, so that'll need to be fixed. I mean, this thing's gonna need a detail and a half for sure to get it clean. But look at that, no cracks in the dash. Wild, absolutely wild. So yeah, so we'll end up pulling this apart, getting it clean, getting it going. The goal for this is a 5.3 LS with a 4L80, something nice and reliable. I was told this truck has factory posi. And here, let me get underneath here and you can kind of see the real shame of it. This truck's been gorgeous, but the mud has been horrible. You can kind of see over there on that mount, or maybe on this one. This is with us pressure washing and power washing everything and just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, and it's still this muddy. So yeah, so lots of work to do. Looks like it's got newer shocks on it. I'll probably change both the fluids and the diffs. Definitely change fluid in that transfer case. See what's going on there. I'm going to probably try to reuse that transfer case. That's going to be the goal. But as you can see, it's just so solid. We don't have anything nearly this solid in Michigan for the same price. This thing I got for $1,200. So we did have to tow it back, but I mean look, you're seeing frame stuff. You're seeing frame markings on there. That's just purely how clean this thing is. So it was beat, which is unfortunate, but with that being said, that's okay. We'll get it cleaned up, we'll get it going, and we'll get it moving. So unfortunately, and you know, the biggest thing is time is always my enemy with everything, is I have these tires off the 2012. And I really wanted to paint these before I put them on, but unfortunately I am just sick and tired of looking at these. So I'm gonna throw them on real quick, and then we'll go back and probably peel them off later on. Once it moves around the yard, that'll be good, because I want to sell these. I want to get rid of these. Also, here's a funny thing too, if you notice, manual locking hub right here actually works pretty good still. Come over to the passenger side, sealed. Makes perfect sense if you don't think about it. So perfect. Yeah, this thing the claim was it got hit by a train. So originally I was gonna try to reuse the core support, but I was looking at it more today. As you can kind of see, it's all cocked in. So with it being all cocked in like that, I don't think that there's any damage to the frame. I'd be very surprised if there were. I think if anything, it probably just bent that over. But there is I mean, you're talking maybe, I mean, from here this is a lot, but if we look up here, we're talking maybe an inch. You have an inch in that body mount hole, so I'm really not super concerned about it. But I did already pick up the new stuff. The hood is totally destroyed, but I'm going to save that probably save the latch off it, save the emblem for sure, and then maybe even save this piece. We'll see. And definitely that one's totally fine. So, but we already picked up some new stuff this week. I got a new hood, $50. Overall, very straight off a 6.2 truck on there. All that needs to come off because always that contributes to the rot. You can kind of see it up there. So, which will be totally fine. And it's also dark red, so that's cool. And then this one is not red and rustier, but this stuff is crazy expensive right now. I paid $200 for this. Honestly, the grill is in phenomenal shape, so that's going to go on there for sure. And then we do have some bezels that'll work out. So I mean, overall, we're probably going to use almost everything on this truck to go on that one. And funny enough, if you take a look, the coat underneath this, actually terribly done spray paint is what it looks like. Actually is the opposite of the truck, so it's silver and red if you look at the inside. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get off as much of this crappy yellow paint as possible. Maybe go at it with some mineral spirits nice and slowly. But if we can get it silver and red again, I'm going to leave it on there, and it'll be the one fender that's totally gone. Look at this. Look at how much crap there is. There's so much. So, but it looks like it's about to rain, so I want to get cracking on these wheels. So we will leave it at that. But this is the 87 Suburban. You guys familiar with what scope creep is? Come out here to do one thing and I say, oh, well, might as well pull out the power washer. Oh, might as well do all this when we're in there. Gross. I'm tired now. Yes. It must be crap growing. Oh no. The register's different. Oh boy. See this? That's a no-no. Okay, the register is too big for the wheel, but this is only going back and forth in the yard, and I want to sell these tires. It's not a big deal for this. Do not run this on the road. Okay. Okay guys, so it's a new day. The old wheels are back on, but that's about to get fixed. I realized it was a very stupid idea for me to try to use these wheels on there. So let me show you what I did instead. Same tires, new Procomp Steel Wheels. So now we're gonna try to get it on there. Of course, as soon as I go and change out the GoPro battery, it starts to rain, so we're gonna have to try to be quick. Here, let me transition. Apparently, these are not a half 20 like every other GM vehicle I've ever had, but it's an 87, so why would it be? Can we just talk about how much better these look? Oh my gosh, just looks so meaty. And it's a comparable size tire on a 15x8. But all I can say is the hell with aluminum wheels. Steel wheels look better on every car. All right, now to try to get the fronts done before it rains. I have no idea what size these are, unless it's like a 20, but like it's so tight in there. So the secret sauce is to have a non-marring socket and then removing the exterior. This happens to be a 21 millimeter, and it looks like it's gonna fit in there. So I'm just gonna send it like that, because it slides in, more or less. Let's see. I've never worked on one of these before. All of my stuff's always been newer, but interesting. These are like the tiniest studs ever. You can see where they're necked down. I bet that these can be pounded out, but this is crazy how much dirt is on this thing. It's just insane. Look at that. Do you guys see all that? Do you see all that? It's just actually comical how much dirt and debris is all over this thing. But here's the thing is, once you remove it, it's so clean. It's so unbelievably clean. It's just getting rid of all the dirt and debris. It's just wild. Also, it looked like there was a ball joint that was junk on this side. But we will see. As you can tell, there's many hours of power washing to be done on this stupid thing. But look at that, even these all look relatively new, surprisingly. So that's what's just crazy about this. It's just like, ugh. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Do you see how much is just, literally I'm just down here with a hammer. Just going about it with a hammer because there's just so much. Oh my gosh. Just crazy. Both those diffs need to be dumped immediately, and that shock is junk, I can already tell you that. But here, let's do a wiggle test real fast. It's actually solid. It's like totally solid. So I wonder what it is. There's something twisted here, I imagine. But yeah, it's not moving at all, which is awesome. But bad at the same point. And also, we don't understand how these 4x4 hubs work because one of them's a manual and one of them's an automatic. Oh well. Also, these lug nuts are not going back on, so I'm gonna rob two off the rear real quick. Done. Suburban's back in the yard where it belongs, except now it's got some really nice wheels and tires on it. Old tires are right there, going up for Facebook Marketplace. So now just a couple of other small things. Sorry, I have you on the tripod still. Let me showcase a couple of things of what's to come. So I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. It's been really hot in Michigan. So I've been trying to actually do my best to collect items for projects that are coming up. And unfortunately, the garage that we just redid is totally packed. As you can see, it is bad. However, we've got a lot of cool stuff. So that is the fender for the GMC that needs to be done. On Tuesday, today's Thursday, I bought a motor transit transfer case. So I've got a 6-liter over there that's going to be going in the Suburban. Unfortunately, this is a 4L60, and this is actually an all-wheel drive transfer case. This was out of like an all-wheel drive Yukon. So I do also have a winch that goes into the back of a trailer hitch, which is great. I picked up a set of running boards for the Ranger, as well as we got like a steamer because that interior is terrible. The Mustang got a bumper for that. That harness bar is just a separate project. Got a sub. I don't know what vehicle that's going to go into. I just have a lot of stuff, but there's the 6-liter. If I can kind of mosey my way on through here. This 6-liter I picked up off Marketplace for $450 for everything, and it's a true 6.0 block with 6.0 heads. These are 317 heads. The harness is like that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go with a new harness anyways, as well as new headers and everything. There's only I gotta remove a couple of bolts there stamped off. Really degrease the hell out of this thing. Pretty much every top gasket's junk, so those will all get replaced. But what I'm going to probably do, because the wife's going out tonight, I'll probably be working on this tonight. We might remove the remainder of the bed. We'll see. This is going to become a wooden bed. See, it's starting to really come down. That's what we're trying to avoid. However, I have a ton of parts. Let me get this out of the way. Unfortunately, I have parts for literally everything right now. These are for the Ranger. There's a bunch of parts in the back of the Ranger. This is a winch that I picked up because I was going to fix. Didn't end up going that route. Ended up going the other route. Here's stuff for the Suburban that needs to be installed. These brake lines are kind of like just whatever. These are GM starter bolts. I need to put a trans cooler in the 2012. That desperately needs to be done. That thing runs so hot. The 84 GMC needs some stuff to be done. It's not bleeding the hydraulic cylinder properly, and sorry if the rain's really loud. I need to get this radio back to my buddy. That'll probably be next weekend, but hopefully, ideally, all of this stuff will be gone. I got some other things that I need to sell, but I know I got a lot in here, and to be honest, it's kind of ridiculous. That sub box should sell soon. The wheels should sell tomorrow from what I'm seeing. I've got a black set of drag lights that I also picked up for the Mustang, which I haven't really showed you guys that. Unfortunately, it had the world's most hideous wheels on it. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of these either. However, 60 bucks for a set. One of them did have a crack that is getting welded up by a buddy. So those are getting fixed up. So I don't know, these might sell after that. We'll see, but overall, I need to do a little bit of cleaning in here, but more than anything else, I need to start installing parts. I have so many different parts. I've got so many different projects that really I need to start actually getting things done. Even though we're not like hideous behind on any on any stretch of the imagination, but like things need to get done. We're starting to get to the point where like I've just got a lot of stuff sitting in the yard. It's hard to cut the grass. It's a pain to move the Suburban or the Mustangs behind all those hedges that we pulled out. It's just a pain to move them because they don't move on their own power. So that Mustang should just need a starter. That's what when I bought it, I was looking it over. I did buy it from a junkyard, but it does appear that the only thing it does need is a starter, at least from what I can tell. So that's probably what I will try to do first. It needs a whole bunch of work on the underside, but that's okay. It's not really a huge deal that it needs all that. It's just more that it just needs to get done more than anything else. I'm trying to do my best to make videos when I do this kind of stuff, to kind of showcase to you guys kind of the life of like your average everyday mechanic, as opposed to, you know, somebody with like, you know, loaded garage. Don't get me wrong, I am very fortunate to have this amount of space that we have. However, I don't have a lift, I don't have anything, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff on my back. We live in, you know, just north of Detroit, Michigan, so there is rust, so it's a lot of grinding stuff off. I don't have a set of torches. It's probably something I should invest in, to get some stuff off. I've also seen like these cool electric ones, not an electric torch, but it's just basically it heats up a bolt so you can zip it off with an impact. I'm really interested in something like that, especially like when you come over to this Ranger, for example, and this Ranger's got bad rust, but then like you start to see all this, and to be honest, like I know that these are seized in the sleeves. I'm thinking about either re-arching these or just buying new ones as bolt-in replacements. We already have the shocks. Probably change these out too, because these are really well known to break on these as well. But as you can see, like everything's rotted. We're like this right here, crazy. There we go. Crazy rot right on top of there. They'll probably have to take off, and unfortunately there's the fuel pump's right there, the fuel neck's right here. This fuel hose is on its very last leg, or was on its last leg, and is now junk. I know it was pouring fuel last time I filled it up, so I have to be very careful with that kind of stuff, and I can't like really open torch things or grind things off. So that's kind of where some of that electric stuff would be really, really handy. So I'm gonna keep making videos. I don't know if you guys are interested in this, to be honest. I don't really care. So but we're gonna keep making stuff. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, do all the other cool stuff that YouTube has to offer. We're just trying to do cool things. Something that Sammy and I have identified as kind of a goal. We'd obviously love to get to the point where we can make some money on this YouTube channel. However, if we could get to the goal where, like, for example, we can raise this up and potentially put a lift in here, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I have no problem spending the money. I don't even, you know, sponsored stuff would be sweet, but it's not like a huge important thing. It'd just be cool to, you know, be able to deliver content, answer questions. Something that's very important to me, more or less, and I apologize because I can feel how sweaty I am. Something that's important to me is I'd like to get into like specific part reviews for things. So I did a swap on my 84 GMC. Let me peek around, see if I don't get soaked. I did a lot of stuff on that where there's like a lot of things where there wasn't instruction manuals, and it's something where if I made a video, sure, it might be an hour long, but who knows, maybe that helps somebody out. Especially, like, it's crazy to not get a set of instructions with something like a $2,200 front end, or the instructions being just okay on a $2,800 rear end. So it's definitely something I'd like to do going forward, just to kind of help out anybody else that's been in my shoes that I'm in right now. You know, I mean, we all start somewhere. We all have to learn and cut our teeth on certain stuff, but if there's a way to like save people money and help people out, that's the route that I'd love to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm gonna keep making a couple videos. Probably by the time this is getting published, it's gonna be about a month or so after I've already done all of the work. But with that being said, we'll probably get to the cadence where we're doing videos weekly, and kind of even maybe once or twice a week, and publishing them within a week or so of actually shooting them. So it's just myself and my wife, so we're gonna do our best at editing, we're gonna do our best at all that stuff, but we'll see. So thanks for coming along for the ride, and hopefully you enjoy, and steel wheels look better on everything.